you see the body language from Valdez.
Uppercut combination, and he scores the knockdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. ATR podcast live. Quick fight reaction to Oscar Valdez against Miguel Berchelt. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, man. We're going to get right into it. The only thing that really kind of bothered me, and it kind of sucked that there was no fans. Imagine there were fans. Right. This would have been insane. But nonetheless, I think the fight lived up to the hype. I don't think we expected this. I don't think we expected a knockout from Valdez. But it happened. I mean, he dominated throughout the fight. What can you say, man? What can you say? He just dominated. Big shout out to the Canelo team. Big shout out to Eddie Reynoso. Big shout out to that whole team. I mean, perfect fight for Oscar Valdez.
Yeah, all I can say is that Valdez made believers out of us. I think you gave him a little bit more credit, saying like if he's gonna go the distance in a losing fight. I honestly thought Berchelt was gonna knock him out in that almost the same round that Valdez knocked him out. So he made a believer out of me. I'm sure he made a believer out of you. We were expecting a toe-to-toe war. It was a power punching fight, but it was a very disciplined, calculated fight by Oscar Valdez.
Much credit to Valdez, like I said, and to Eddie Reynoso. They just had a better game plan. Berchelt looked a little drained to me, even after the weigh-ins. After the weigh-ins, you saw him chugging the water bottle right after. Valdez looked a little more relaxed, making weight. Berchelt didn't look as muscular as normal. And, let's not forget, he did have COVID. He did test positive for COVID, and that's why they postponed the fight the first time. That was supposed to be in December, if I'm not mistaken. And he just didn't look like himself, but not to take credit away from Valdez, who looked tremendous in this fight. He just looked great, man. He boxed well, and it wasn't, like, defensive. He boxed with his jab, counter-punching. That left hook was tremendous. I mean, what more can we say, man?
That's the one that did it. To me, shout out to Berchelt. I don't know how he survived that fourth round. I believe it was that round where he got raw dropped. That his legs were gone. He was like on tripod legs, and he was
shout
still
out to
there.
Amir Khan.
Yeah, and there was so much time left in that round. So much time. I didn't think he was gonna make it, and so just that heart, that will to just stay in that fight, to like we said, that war mentality just kept him in that fight. You've just felt that Valdez was just one great shot away from just knocking him out in that round alone. But man, shout out to both of these guys for putting on a hell of a fight. Berchelt, I'm very surprised that like you said, we didn't see that come forward aggression as much as we're used to. And I agree, Gio. I think it's that drainage that. I think he's too big for that division now. I think it's time for him to move on to 135. I think this pandemic, this long layoff, I think his body has slightly changed. He barely made the weight at 130, but yeah, you saw that he rehydrated about 14, 15 pounds. That just shows you that his body is bigger, and I think he's got to move on to 135. But again, the thing to take away from Oscar Valdez, he fought an excellent fight. Again, we have to give props where it's due to Eddie Reynoso. It's not just Canelo. It's not just Ryan. He's showing that he is making improvements to each and every single one of his fighters, and kind of makes you. I don't want to go too off topic. Kind of makes you think Andy Ruiz might do the same.
Andy Ruiz is coming, baby.
So it's like whatever they're eating over there, whatever they're brewing, it's working, man. And yeah, we might have to take our services to the Canelo team. But man, good stuff on that team. The greatest victory of his career for Oscar Valdez, and man, we'll see what else is there to come.
God, and I don't know who NM is.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk about that, gentlemen, today. But just to recap all this stuff, I just believe Oscar really disrupted Berchelt's rhythm. He never seemed to get into rhythm. He had a few rounds. I gave him a couple rounds. I gave him 2-3 rounds, Berchelt, where he was coming forward, and it looked like he was hurting Valdez at times, pushing him back. but just a perfect fight for Valdez. It would have been interesting to see if he hadn't hurt Berchelt that early. And, you know, that's one of the things that they were highlighting, Tim Bradley and Andre Ward, when they were breaking down the fight. Well, previous to the fight, when they were doing the preview, they were saying, you know, Berchelt's defense isn't the best. He often, his right hand, he drops it. Perfect for that Valdez left hook. That's exactly what happened. It happened early in the fight. And like we said, he never truly recovered, it seemed like. But, you know, respect to Berchelt, he always fought back. He's probably not going to remember some of those rounds. He looked out of it, but he kept fighting. From what I know, he's already out of the hospital. He was okay. So big shout out to him. If he's watching, he probably will be. But yeah, I mean, this fight just lived up to what we all thought it would be, man, a Mexican war.